Teferi's Protection, Guardian of Faith, Clever Concealment, Galadriel's Dismissal. So many phasing staples, but what are some unique cards to deal with this kind of effect? It's time for another installment of Think outside the deck box. Welcome back everyone. Today, fellow cardboarders, I have two cards for you which I want to show you that are cards that deal especially with these kinds of phasing cards, phasing effects. Phasing has been around since the very first expansion of Arabian Nights with Oubliette and got removed for quite a while after like the Weatherlight block and came back with M21 with Teferi Master of Time and has become a staple effect in Commander, and 4 of those staples you can see here on the table. But now, how can you really interact with phasing? Let's look at our first card, which is Spatial Binding from Mirage. It costs 1 blue and a black as an enchantment, and for 1 life point you can prevent a creature from phasing. And this effect even prevails till your next upkeep, which is nice. So you have this lying around, and no one will be able to play these kinds of cards until they remove this enchantment. And this card is so unique, I bet most of you don't even know this card existed. In my eyes, you could play it maybe in a Azure deck, where you can even tutor this card and put it on the battlefield for free. But also political decks like Atris, where you want to give your opponent options to choose which cards they want to see or don't want to see. And when they see this unique card, they have to decide, do they want to phase out soon or want to be sure that someone else is not able to phase out with this card? So generally political decks and decks that like to build up their board presence throughout the game would probably enjoy playing this card. And this card is not played in many decks. As of the filming of this video, not even 100 decks of all decks that could play this card play it. And I agree, it's a very niche card, but with phasing being more and more prominent in the EDH format, maybe you want to give this unique card a try. Spatial Binding can even prevent a creature from being phased out by Oubliette, so people are thinking twice if they want to target one of your creatures then. And you could even use it politically to prevent an opponent's creature from being removed by making a deal that they won't attack you with that creature anymore. And always keep in mind that this enchantment stays around, so it's also great for devotion, for commanders like Fennex, the God of Deception. And the second card we want to look at today is the Disciple of Celis Nin, who's a human wizard for 4 and a white, a 3/4, that has kind of a doomsday kind of effect here. So starting with you, you choose 5 of your permanents, and then everyone else does the same. So they choose 5 of their permanents, and the rest of the cards that weren't chosen phase out. So this also includes lands. And then the second paragraph says, permanents can't phase in. So now imagine, someone played Teferi's Protection and felt very safe, and the turn after you play this Disciple here, and they can never return with their permanents again, and are locked out of the game until this card is removed. But I also like playing the Disciple here regardless of a Teferi's Protection or not. So maybe you want to put this one in a Winota deck as a unique card that not many people are playing. Less than 1,000 decks are playing this card that could play it. And Winota likes to have a board of just creatures, non-humans, preferably attack with them, and then play with your deck. So the Disciple can be played in decks that also are able to survive without lands by, for example, playing out of their library. But now I do want to hear from you. What are some unique ways that you like to stop phasing? Let me know in the comments below. Help me reach the 500 subscriber goal by clicking this wonderful button here. And the YouTube algorithm thinks that this video is one you would enjoy next. See you there, have a beautiful day, and bye bye!